Apple held a virtual event today that focused on two product category updates, neither of which were a new iPhone. That'll likely happen in October as a separate event. It's a change of pace for Apple, but it's 2020, so anything goes. Today we saw updates to the Apple Watch and the iPad, as well as the introduction of a new service bundle called Apple One. And I will break it all down for you. The new Apple Watch is called the Series 6. It comes in a handful of new colors, including product red, a new gold finish, graphite, and this new dark blue color, which I love. It's got the same overall size and shape as the Series 5, but it adds one major upgrade, a blood oxygen sensor. It measures the oxygen levels in your blood by shining light into your wrist veins and analyzes the light reflected back. It's pretty nuts. The Apple Watch Series 6 has a new, faster processor, the S6, and the always-on display is 2.5 times brighter when it's idle or when your wrist is down. Apple also introduced new watch bands that don't have a clasp or adjustable straps. There's a silicone version and a braided version of the Solo Loop that come in 9 different sizes, so you can get one that fits just right. Apple also announced a cheaper Apple Watch called the Apple Watch SE. It's missing the premium features of the new Apple Watch, like the blood oxygen sensor and the always-on display, and it uses last year's chip from the Series 5 Apple Watch. The Apple Watch SE starts at $279 and the Series 6 starts at $399. If you're actually gonna buy a new Apple Watch, I'd recommend spending the extra $130 to get the latest and greatest. Also, the new Apple Watches don't come with a USB wall adapter in the box. I call this thing a charging brick. What do you call this? A wall adapter, power adapter? I feel like everyone has a different name for this thing. Apple is also getting into the fitness program game with a new service called Fitness Plus. It's $10 a month and gives you real-time stat tracking using the new Apple Watch. Or you can bundle Fitness Plus if you buy Apple's new subscription program, Apple One. There are 3 different tiers of the bundle that include different services. I think the best value is seemingly the most expensive one. $25 a month gets you all of the services, and you can share with up to 5 other people. And this includes 2 terabytes of iCloud storage, which is pretty good. Aside from the watch and the services, Apple made updates to the iPad and the iPad Air. The 8th generation vanilla iPad starts at $329. It has an A12 Bionic chip. It retains the top and bottom bezels as well as a home button with Touch ID, still uses a Lightning port, and comes in either 32 or 128 gigs. And yes, it has Apple Pencil support, but only for the first generation Apple Pencil. Nothing super groundbreaking here. I think the most substantial announcement we saw today was the iPad Air updates. The iPad Air comes in 5 colors, including a light blue and this awesome green. It definitely has vintage Apple vibe colors and absolutely reminds me of the iPad mini lineup. The body has been redesigned to take on a more boxy look, akin to the iPad Pro, which didn't see any updates today. The new iPad Air has a USB-C port and has a 10.9-inch 2360 by 1640 display. It comes in just 2 storage sizes, 64 gigs and then 256 gigs. The 64 gig model without cellular costs $600, and for $130 more, you can quadruple the storage. And for the first time in a long time, Apple introduced a new processor, the A14, inside a new iPad before we saw it in a new iPhone. Apple says this new A14 chip is their fastest to date, which of course it is, it's their newest one, and it looks like it's gonna be impressive. But to me, the most surprising takeaway from the iPad Air announcement is the reintroduction of Touch ID in the power button. Yeah, I know. Apple has been shying away from Touch ID over the last couple of years with Face ID in all of the flagship iPhone lineups, as well as in the iPad Pro. But given the global pandemic and face masks, it makes sense that Apple would bring Touch ID back, and in a new way. Currently, the new iPhone SE, this new 8th generation iPad, and the iPad mini all have Touch ID in the home button, but this new iPad Air forgoes a home button and includes Touch ID in the power button, which Apple has already done. The power button on the 13 and 16-inch MacBook Pros also doubles as a fingerprint reader. And I am thrilled to see that Apple put Touch ID in the power button in this new iPad Air. For years, I've been hoping that Apple will bring back Touch ID into the flagship iPhones. And if this new iPad Air is any indication, we'll hopefully, probably see it in the new iPhones, and then eventually down the line, hopefully under the display in future iPhones and iPads. Additionally, we got the release date for iOS 14, iPadOS 14, and the new watchOS and tvOS, September 16th, which is tomorrow, but if you're watching this video anytime in the future, they're probably out already. I've got a video I made a couple of months ago that details the big updates to iOS 14. I'd recommend checking it out if you're looking for reasons to upgrade, which you should. And that's it for this quick recap video of Apple's September event. I'll definitely make another video in October when Apple announces the new iPhone lineup, and I'll definitely be getting one of those new iPhones. Subscribe to my channel if you're new around here, and leave a like on your way out. And as always, thank you for watching.